Hi guys and welcome back. In this new video, in the last few hours in the cryptocurrency market, we have witnessed a series of not so great news. For example, Binance has declared that they have no idea how to comply with the MiCA regulation in the European area regarding stablecoins. MTGOX has postponed refund to victims of the hacks by 1 year. And most importantly, I want to show you some news that definitely impact the crypto market. Before we dive into details, I ask you, as always, for support the channel by leaving a like and subscribing. Have you done? Perfect. Let's not waste any more time and move on the PC view.
As always, let's start with the fundamental data. So today, Friday, September 22nd, there will be the Standard & Poor's Global Service PMI. Obviously, it's fundamental data with a significance of 3 stars. This means it could have an impact on the market if the data deviates significantly from the forecast. Yesterday, we had the initial jobless claims, which were lower than expected by a whopping 24,000 units. This is, in fact, positive for the US dollar. Now let's move on to some very interesting macroeconomic news featuring the Bank of England. Yesterday, it was announced that they have paused interest rates after 14 consecutive hikes. It's fascinating to see how major central banks are aligning with the actions of the Federal Reserve. For example, the European Central Bank has lagged behind the Fed in implementing monetary policies to combat inflation, so it's slightly behind in addressing Eurozone inflation. Of course, in broad strokes, central banks around the world follow what the Federal Reserve does. Now, let's look at a rather concerning piece of news from traditional finance. It appears that bankruptcy filings for American companies on American soil in 2023 have reached levels similar to those during the COVID-19 pandemic. So you can understand that inflation, especially the actions taken by the Federal Reserve, are not benefiting the economy as expected. This was something we had anticipated, and it's worth noting that we may not be far from the levels seen during the 2008 housing crisis. Moving on to some less favorable news, this time involving stablecoins, especially in the European context. Binance has confirmed that they have no idea how to proceed in relation to the MiCA regulation with regard to stablecoins. Binance's legal team assisting the exchange has stated that if nothing changes, all stablecoins will be delisted by June 30th, 2024. This could potentially create panic in the markets and is a situation to closely monitor. It's interesting to note, however, that CZ claims to have partners who will launch stablecoins tied to the euro and other currencies in full compliance with the MiCA regulations. I will keep you informed because this is one of the most important developments, especially for us in Europe. A quick reminder for those dealing with FTX and who unfortunately have been victims. The deadline to request refunds is September 29th, 2023. The portal for this is claims.ftx.com. So if you haven't registered yet and have money deposited on FTX, hurry up because the deadline is just a week away and you won't be able to claim your funds after that. It's interesting to see that not everyone, especially in the United States, is in agreement about the potential issuance of a central bank digital currency anchored to the US dollar. Congressman Ronnie Jackson has likened CBDCs to a Trojan horse that allows the global elite to control people. We're witnessing the effects of CBDCs in China. But there's some interesting news that the Financial Service Committee has approved a bill to ban CBDCs in several states. It's not final yet, but it's the first step toward making it law. One of the very bullish pieces of news today is that the CEO of Morgan Quick Capital has announced plans to invest around $300 billion in ETFs that replicate Bitcoin and are approved by the SEC. This is interesting because it could encourage other hedge funds to do the same if the SEC approves Bitcoin spot ETFs. In other important news, Mt. Gox has delayed its refunds by a year, now scheduled for October 31st, 2024 instead of October 31, 2023. Now, for those looking to trade without KYC, besides Binance, there's also FEMEX. It's an interesting exchange that I promised to cover in a dedicated video, and I will because it's unique in that it combines both decentralized finance, DeFi, and centralized exchange features. Anyway, there are many promotions to get free BTC or stablecoins. I've included the links and a 15% trading fee discount in the description below. Now let's see how the markets are behaving. To give you a heads up, based on all the fundamental news and technical analysis, the markets are tightening. IMAX is down by 10.7% and EGLD is down by 6.8%. Crypto bubble is showing mostly red bubbles, and the same is true for the big players. Bitcoin is down by 1.5%, trading at 2,636 SOGs, while Ethereum has lost 1.75% in the last 24 hours, temporarily falling below $1,600. In general, the market seems to be trending negatively. Despite the bad news, BNB in Europe is holding relatively well, maintaining its price in recent weeks. As for Bitcoin, as mentioned earlier, it opened at $27,128 yesterday, but has dropped to $26,554. For Ethereum, if we lose the $1,500 zone, we might witness a drop to around $1,110. This is because we don't have strong support in these areas. Stay tuned and don't worry. I'll be here to keep you updated on time.
Perfect. In this video, we have seen the latest news in the cryptocurrency market. Of course, I will leave you the link in the description for you sign up for various exchange like BitGet, like FEMEX, and all the necessary to obtain the bonuses. If you haven't already done, I ask you to support the channel by leaving a like and subscribing. For the subscribers, we will see you in the next video. Bye!